Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel for another one. Real quick, before we begin, make sure you press the like and the subscribe button and click that notification bell so that way you will be informed any and every time I post another video. But real quick, I want to get right into it because I noticed this article has been jumping around from time to time, and I just figured I'd go over it really quick. It says, an article from Cointelegraph, a U.S. Senator Hagerty to CFBD director, don't stifle crypto innovation. Well, duh, of course. Of course we don't want you to stifle crypto innovation because crypto actually as a whole and blockchain technology as a whole, it is the actual future. And as far as stifling innovation, we all know how that's going right now with the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. I mean, you have a digital asset that's actually been classified as a virtual currency some years ago from FinCEN, and actually is actually classified as a virtual currency in other countries, and you can actually use it as cross-border payments. Has been classified, and now we're battling in the U.S. whether or not it's a security or not. Well, I know it's not a security. The entire world knows it's not a security, but the U.S. government. Well, that's a whole nother issue, but it's just when you have a senator finally reaching out to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau saying, hey, if you stifle innovation, this would be the worst decision. I'm sorry, if you stifle crypto innovation, this would be the worst decision that you will ever do, because 5-10 years from now, crypto will be massive. It's already massive now, but just the fact that if you even think about stifling innovation, and what really pains me is that there's no young people. It's not that many young people in high leadership roles like this. They're always old, don't understand what crypto is, and it pains me because as people, we say no to things that we don't understand. But if you just take the time to understand what crypto is and what blockchain is, it will actually probably change your life. That's literally, if I had a chance to sit down with one of those people, I would actually tell them and show them exactly how crypto works, that it's not always for nefarious reasons. I mean, you got the US dollar. Like, people do more crimes with the US dollar than they do with cryptocurrencies. It's just, as a human being, things that we don't understand, we say no to when we turn our cheek to and try to actually hinder it as opposed to actually understand it. But that was my take on it. But he then goes off by saying the digital ledger technology offers a tremendous amount of promise in terms of financial innovation and inclusion. It's an industry where I think that the U.S. is leading, has led, and I like to see us continue to lead there. So that's one of those things where I personally believe that we're not leading in. Everything that I've seen so far when it comes to the U.S. and cryptocurrencies, I actually see that we're actually kicking the can down the road, kind of like putting a band-aid on something and waiting for it to heal on its own, which is actually not. But I do feel like that when it comes to not stifling innovation, instead of picking winners or losers, that I feel like that the government as a whole should let the people decide what wins, when it wins, and how it's going to win. But that's just me. It says that Hagerty also introduced legislation with Senator Mark Warner in July to study China's adoption of digital currency. So that's right there. That gets me because you say that U.S. has been leading and it's going to continue to lead, but yet you're actually looking to see what another country is actually doing. That's a no-no. That's a red flag to me. I personally feel like we need to get somebody in there that's younger, more like a millennial, that will actually show everybody that cryptocurrency and blockchain technology is here to stay, and that it's not actually going to mess up anything, but it actually can actually cater to the US dollar, as opposed to everyone actually thinking that it's actually going to drop or completely remove the US dollar, because that's just simply not the case. You have some blockchain technologies that are actually here to actually complement the US dollar versus not complementing it and completely destroying it. That's just my take on it. That is all about that article. But now moving on to this article. And this article really, really stood out to me. I love, seeing price predictions and what Bitcoin is going to do now. But in a recent article, it says here the BTC price is ready to rally with Bitcoin bulls clear to charge at 85K. That's not $85, but 85,000. That's really exciting to me. This proves to show that the Bitcoin bears are now gone. That the second leg is here in Q4, and that we could see a potential rise from what 2017 did. Now, I don't necessarily know exactly. I'm not a financial advisor, but I can truly tell you that if Bitcoin goes above 70K, let me tell you, do you know how insane that would actually be to sit there and see the price of Bitcoin finally passed 70K and then there's only 30K left for it to be at 100K? That is just insane to me. And I do know at some point, with every bull market, there's going to be a dump. Now, I don't know if it's going to go to 35K. I don't know if it's going to go to 25K. But I do know at some point when Bitcoin finally reaches 150K, which one analyst is actually predicting by the end of this year, at some point Bitcoin is going to become less volatile and actually be stable. So there's going to be a time where people say, "Oh, well, did you see the Bitcoin drop? Oh no, so how much did it go to?" I went from 150 or 250 to down to 225. Oh, well, that's not bad. But by that time, the smart money is going to continue to be in it and also be continuing to pouring money into it, which is just absolutely insane. Like I just remember the time where Bitcoin was 1,000, 1,500, because that's around the time where I actually started noticing the price of Bitcoin and actually starting to actually understand what it really does and what it can really do for people and how it can bank the unbanked. That to me is actually an amazing technology and a masterpiece behind its own self. Like, to me, here's how I classify, the world of cryptocurrency. There's Bitcoin, is in a whole nother world. And then you have crypto in a whole nother world. Yeah, maybe Ethereum might be there, but they still have some broken promises that they haven't fixed yet. But I'm still waiting on those upgrades. Recently there was an upgrade that passed a few days ago. There's supposed to be one in December, and there's supposed to be more next year in 2022. But we've been waiting on these upgrades for a long time. But this analyst says that Bitcoin is on the path to 85K and then potentially to 150K by the end of the year. Do you know how massive that would actually be for Bitcoin to be at 150K? Then that means, the money would come, would go straight through Bitcoin, go through Ethereum, and then once Bitcoin finally reached a top to whatever price that's going to be, the altcoins are then going to just have a massive run that we've never seen. There was supposed to be a run back in 2020, but the actual I don't want to say the word, but the bear flu, or what other YouTubers say, bear flu, whatever you want to call it, when that hit, that took a massive hit on how cryptocurrency was actually supposed to increase. People losing their jobs, people not feeling well, people getting sick, whatever you want to call it. But I have this feeling it's something different. And I know that we always say that there's something different about this, but truly there is something different. Like, it just extremely is. But moving on to the next article, something that's becoming my fan favorite and my underdog crypto that I actually am starting to love, but we have Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu is now accepted as payment at a French bistro in Paris. I don't know. Let me tell you, folks, there is just something massive happening about this token. Something behind closed doors. This token is starting to get utility and adoption really quick. Here it says, in a restaurant, I think it says Le Bistro. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry about that. A restaurant in Paris, France, joins the growing list of mainstream businesses to add Shiba Inu as payment method. This is just insane to me, and here it is. There's an actual video that I'm going to play that I'm not going to put the sound on, but it's living proof of this restaurant accepting the token Shiba Inu. Like, first we have just look at that. That is just so dope to me. Shiba Inu accepted her. Shiba Inu now accepted. I don't see Dogecoin. I don't see Bitcoin. I don't see Ethereum. I don't see Litecoin. I see Shiba Inu, and that's just simply crazy that you have this meme coin turned utility token that's now being worked on, that now has massive utility where they actually do NFT support for art incubators, and where they have their own DEX exchange for Shiba swaps. And now, recently announced yesterday, they have the AMC movie theaters possibly listing Shiba Inu as a payment method. How? I can't make this up. I keep telling people, at what point do we finally sit down and say, maybe Shiba Inu is here to stay? What are they telling us? I always like to, there's this saying that everybody says, and I firmly believe in, is watch what they do and not what they say. Because I can guarantee you 10 times out of 10 that what they say is completely different from what they do. And then there's a quote that says precisely at that moment, that they listed Shiba Inu as a payment method. Their entire restaurant starts to get really packed, and it starts to get really crowded. And that just tells me that the people want Shiba Inu. And I must say, want Shiba Inu in places that allows me to be able to pay for a Starbucks or is just whatever. This coin has now transitioned from meme coin to, we gotta have this as a utility token, as a payment mechanism for our systems. I mean, that's just how I feel. There was a quote that says here, the restaurant has now become the best in the area. Excuse me. The restaurant now has become the best in the area. Locals are expecting a wave of restaurants to start accepting cryptocurrencies as payment. So when they say this, I'm assuming, and I'm just speculating, that if restaurants see, just by them putting and accepting Shiba Inu, I'm only wondering if they're actually going to copy off of what this restaurant, did, and put Shiba Inu on there first. Because we all know that if you put Bitcoin on here, that, the fees are going to be high unless you open up a payment channel and you create a Lightning network node. We all know that Ethereum gas fees are high, so if you want to use that, you can. There's no problem with using that. Litecoin's fees they mimic Bitcoin's, but they're actually faster, and that they're actually faster than actually Bitcoin's. But it's just one of those things that the fact that Shiba Inu is actually being fully adopted right now, and it's being literally placed in places that people will actually see that it's getting accepted on. This is just crazy, and it's just amazing. I'm really glad for their business. They're going to be making a lot of money on top of obtaining Shiba Inu, and Shiba Inu is currently rising. Of course, there's going to be a dump eventually, but as long as there's liquidity and as long as there's utility, I don't see this coin going away. Just point blank period. You can be mad at me, you can dislike this video, although I would appreciate it if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, but just be honest. And I'm going to be honest with you, Shiba Inu is not going anywhere. As much as I hate to say that, as much as I didn't like Shiba Inu, I actually love it now. It's actually growing on me. It's like one of those things where you eat something, but then you don't like the taste, but then there's like a long-lasting taste in your mouth that you actually tend to like it now. That's what it is. And, Shiba Inu is here to stay. So either you can like it or you don't. But as long as companies are going to be using this as a payment mechanism, form of payment, then I'm all for it. I'm happy for this restaurant. All right, that'll do it for that one. But moving on to Cardano news, it says the Cardano Stablecoin protocol raises 10 million in latest funding round. And this to me, and what most people don't know is Cardano takes its time. Cardano doesn't move when the people want Cardano to move, but Cardano moves when it's ready to move. For most people that don't know that Cardano does a peer-based review that allows the not necessarily. It's pretty much where they actually research everything time and time again before they decide to implement those type of strategies, or it's one of those things where they take their time, and even though they may take their time, they've gotten it right every single time. I haven't seen any type of hacks on the blockchain, double spins on the blockchain, any type of DeFi hacks. It's because they take their time, and I'm all for a blockchain taking their time in order to be the most innovative blockchain out there. And yes, I said innovative. And there's other cryptocurrency blockchains that matches with Cardano, but right now, to me, and this is just my opinion, your opinion could be different. But you know what? Leave your opinions down in the comment. But what blockchains do you think is more decentralized than the actual Cardano blockchain? I personally believe that the Cardano blockchain is the most decentralized blockchain as it gets as of right now until this day. But it's one of the most eco-friendliest blockchains. You have the proof of stake mechanism on the blockchain. You don't have to lock your coins up in order to take part of the proof of stake mechanism, but you can actually have them in your dataless wallet, your Roy wallet. That allows you to move them around from point A to point B, so that way it's not locked up. Over 71% currently at this time is actually staking. So the supply shock hasn't came in yet, but once it does, just be prepared. Just be prepared, because one analyst is actually predicting that Cardano could actually go up to be $10 by the end of the year. Now, I don't know how clear and precise that is, but I can see that happening because I believe Cardano has over 45 billion tokens that's ever been created, that's only ever going to be created, and 71% of that 45 billion that was ever created is locked up. That's just asking for a price rise. But they're constantly building stuff around the Cardano blockchain. They're constantly making things better. And currently, the next upgrade, I believe, that's supposed to be coming out here soon. Well, not soon, but they're actually working on it. It's the Hydra upgrade for the actual blockchain that allows up to 1 million transactions per second. Do you know, if this actually happens, do you know that the crypto space will actually erupt, because Cardano would then emerge from becoming from a number 5 spot to the number 2. And I do believe that Cardano is going to be at the number 2 spot soon, heading towards that number 1. And I hate to say it, but it's actually true. There's a lot of features that Cardano has that Ethereum does not have that's actually proven to actually work. They don't just say, okay, well, here's an upgrade, so we'll just fix it when we fix it. No, they're going to take time to fix it. But that's how I feel about that. I'm glad that Cardano raised that much money to be able to, fund their platform. It's great for that. I'm happy for them. There's going to be amazing things that's going to come for Cardano in the future. Just wait on it. It's going to happen. It may not happen when we want it to happen, but it's going to happen. All right, everybody, that is it for me. I'm going to go over this price real quick before I head up out of here. Real quick, it says the crypto market as a whole is 2.66 trillion still. We have Bitcoin heading strong at 61,559. We got Ethereum at 4,312. We got Binance Coin at $518.41. That's just pumping. We got Tether, $1. Look at that. Cardano is down a little bit, but that's all right. Just it's going to happen. I just have this feeling Cardano is going to just overtake Ethereum, and it's going to overtake it soon. Even though ETH has already, made its all-time high, I just got this feeling it's going to overtake it. We have Solana down at 194.76, XRP at $1.09. We have Polkadot at $43.02. Look at that. Shiba Inu is still holding strong at number 10. It's up 12.31%. We got Dogecoin at the number 10 spot. It flipped it. That's down at 28 cents. We got USDC, of course, at 99 cents. All right, everybody. That will do it for me today. Please, please, please make sure you hit the like, comment, share, and subscribe. And the last video that I just should actually be popping up now. As always, stay focused, stay locked in. Peace.